G'day comrade subscribers. I'm finally back from Sydney, so I think we'll take another look at this because we want to get that floppy drive working. So I've removed the backup battery, the non-volatile RAM backup battery, 3.6 volt NiCad, I believe, UASA I think. But I do have, I think, a 3.6 volt nickel metal hydride that would go in there. Haven't found one exactly the same as this yet though, so yeah, sorry. I know I'm not a, my years of being a hand model are long behind me. I'm just trying to open this up. I thought it might be interesting to have a look how this is built. Pretty simple, I guess. I don't want to get any bits on the internals. Yeah, it looks like there is a bit of corrosion going on in here. Alright, so that's what it looks like inside. So I could almost reuse this plastic if I could get a three 1.2 volt cells, rechargeable cells that size. But yeah, you can see it's starting to corrode, isn't it? So it's a good thing I got that out. Right, let's boot it up, and I'll give you a listen to what the sound that the floppy drive's making. All right, got it booted up. Now, how do I do this? Let's see. Tab. All right. So let me stick the A disk in. Drive not ready. So yeah, it's not sounding too good, is it? All right. So let's get it out then. So the floppy drive doesn't look too hard to get out. It's got a little bit of a weird fascia. It's like almost kind of, it's part of the machine. So yeah, that's for the hard drive. So yeah, anyway, let's pull it apart. Okay, so I guess we get the the hard drive connector out. Stand by for people telling me I'm doing it wrong. There we go. Hard drive connector off. So it is a surprise, surprise. Amstrad's using I think it's like a 26-way floppy connector. Same as what they used to use on their 3-inch drives on the CPC, wasn't it? What's the easiest one? I just want to grab this and pull it out. Grab it maybe by the sides there. Yeah, just angle it out. Okay. What do we have here? We have a stray capacitor. Okay. Where did that come from? That was under there. Alright. You have to try and find where that capacitor came from. 10 volt. I'm looking at through there. I don't know. What is it? 33 micro or something? I don't know. Anyway. Alright. I'll put that. It's broken off alright. So it looks like it's taken a bit of the, maybe a bit of the trace with it as well. That's interesting. A little bit of corrosion perhaps. I don't see any corrosion. Just being very careful with the power supply. Just going to work on the floppy drive. Now I've got to find where a random capacitor came out from? Alright, I'll have to figure it out later. I might have to have a look at the photo on the VCFED forums. Oh, there's a switch that goes there. Dip switch could possibly go there. F1 fuse, I guess. Anyway, I can't see it. I can't see anywhere obvious. I'm assuming it should be kind of where the higher power stuff is, but nothing obvious. All right, we'll look at it later. Let's just get the floppy drive out, shall we? Right. So let's unscrew. Unscrew the bracket. So okay, it looks like it's a bracket, and then we'll get it out from the bracket. So it looks like 2 screws. Is that enough? 3 screws. 3 screws holding the bracket in. Okay. Or maybe even it's come from the floppy drive, perhaps. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Okay, so that's alright, that's not a problem. Just a bare drive. So we could, if we had another, so it's 26 way including the power, which can be done. So that's the pin out. So obviously we've got a key. No, we don't have a key. There's no key on there, but you can see one pin's missing. So they could have keyed this so it only goes in one way. Just wondering if maybe it came off the floppy drive. Oh, we've got a switch here. We've got 2 switches. Are they switches? No, don't know. All right, anyway. Let's open this up, shall we? Make some space. So, I guess first thing to do is to take it out of this thing. Caddy? Caddy? No, it's not a caddy. Carrier. Yeah. Alright. Glad to be home. Get a bit tired of being away. Whole life kind of gets put on hold. And of course everything happens when I'm away. Poor wife. Okay, there's that screw's just sitting there doing nothing by the looks of it. Okay, Citizen U1DA-71A. So that just lift off by the looks of it. Will that just lift off? Oh yeah. Lift this off. So I do have other floppy drives. And it'd be interesting actually because I don't. What's the pin out of that Centronics connector? It wasn't documented. All right. One tiny little screw in the corner. Yeah, so they had a bird break its neck on our front patio. Just flew in full speed. Upstairs, and then God almighty bang apparently, and then they found this dead bird on the front yard. So I guess I should plug this back in and see, although, oh okay, there's some, that came off, so I don't know if that's, that feels rubbery. It could be, there is a belt. See, there is a belt. There was a belt. Is there still a belt? No, there is no longer a belt. So that would be the main problem. It's the main problem. How the hell do you get into it? So alright, so this bottom half, this is all one piece. So it looks like probably have to take the mechanism out. So it is screwed in. Oh, this is not going to be easy, is it? Should I just put in a new drive? I don't even know what type of belt it uses. All right, let me try and figure out how to get into this with the minimum effort. All right, looks like, well, the only thing I can really do is to undo the screws that are visible, and then just try each one until I get something to come out. So it looks like the motor is this one here, because you can see it's got the little spindle under there, or maybe you can't see it depending on how I got the light. Yeah, so that's that's the motor there, and wrapped around that there. And I'm still wondering if somehow the that errant electrolytic came from here as well. So okay, so this is the motor that has lost its belt. Okay, that's screwed into that corner as well. I hope you guys are taking note of this. I should really be taking photos, shouldn't I? Now, is that going to come out? So there is a thin film connector there. Well, normally it wouldn't come out, I guess. Save for the fact that there is no connector. Okay. Let's pull that thin film connector out. Oh, you can see more of the. Okay, so yeah, that's where the belt was, of whatever whatever size. Okay, I've got some more bits of belt here. Actually, I wonder. I don't know. Maybe because there was no load on the motor because the belt's broken. Maybe the electrolytic. Although it doesn't look like it's exploded. Right. So how did the belt go then? That's another question. So that was like that. Now how's this? Okay, this is going to have to. Oh, this is getting. Let's just put a different drive in, Brett. It's easier. Remember where that one went? Remember where this one went? Are they the same? Yes, they look the same. Okay. So now, so that's the reed head there. So I don't think I need to unscrew those to get this out. This is held in somehow. The rest of the mechanism. Yeah. Whose idea was this? Maybe I should just put this to the side and just stick another drive. Although, again, I need to convert it first, don't I? Yeah, let's have a look. Alright, I'm going to continue fiddling. Alright, so that's the motor for the read-write head. Well, for the heads there. Head sled, I guess. So if I want this to come out, that's going to have to come out because of the mechanism down underneath it, isn't there? So I should just put a different drive in, shouldn't I? Yes, I do have smaller screwdrivers. I should be using those. Okay, so just unplug that. Okay. like a, I feel like one of these people repairing watches. How does that help me? Although it does give me access to another screw. Maybe I'm going to have to remove those screws. Well, I just want to get this bit out, don't I? Alright, I'll keep fiddling. Not making much progress, so I just took that screw out. And I've taken the front thing off. Just reading Santo's post on the forum, so yeah, he had a broken belt as well. Apparently this model is known for requiring a belt and also leaky surface mount capacitors. So he said to replace 3, so I can see 3 here. They look okay. I still haven't seen anywhere where that maybe that 4th one came from, maybe under here. But I'm still trying to... So that's disconnected that. I'm just hoping that this kind of can just... I just need to lift it out somehow so I can get to the thing. And what Santos did is he actually just stuck in a Gotek. So, and he's got the pinout. So he's figured out the pinout. So that's not a problem. If I want to put in a different drive, I just need to make a converter cable. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to try and get this out. Probably not worth it if I'm just going to swap it, but anyway, let's try and get this out. Well, it's not going to come out if the push button's still in there, is it? Santos got it out, but I don't know how much effort he put into it. I don't know how. It's kind of coming up. All right. Anyway, I'll continue. Having said that, yeah, I just had to lever that back at the back there, and something's kind of. Well, this top part definitely wants to come out. Actually, let's just disconnect the heads, shall we? So that's disconnected there. Trying to be careful. All right, I'm not touching the heads. Okay. Oh, okay. Right. I'm done. Ta-da! All right. Let's remember how that all went back together. Put that there. So there's the rest of the belt. Just yeah. Just wonderful. So the question is, how does it actually hook onto that motor? A little bit stuck in there as well. So where's the motor? The motor's over here. This is probably, I'm probably going to need you guys again to tell me how that worked. Okay, there's more belt under here. So it's obviously... Alright, can we get this out now? Should be able to get that out. Push it up. Maybe want to disconnect it from Put this button here if possible. I really think I'm just going to replace the drive with a different one. This is too much effort. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it back together. Alright, so that's off. Okay, then that comes up. Alright, once you get the little eject button off, then this comes up. Must have gone through here, I guess. The belt must have gone through there up to the drive. So around here, looks like there's a pulley of some description under there. Around there. I can't imagine just the belt just being in free air there. I don't know. I'll have to get one of my Amstrad belts. See if it'll fit. But otherwise, oh, here we go. C42 is missing. Well, okay, well that doesn't mean anything though, does it? Just trying to figure out where that missing. Where was it? No, that just. Okay, no, okay. No, because it'd be a square, wouldn't it? There'd be a. Oh, okay. Look, there's another thing. So the belt would have gone around like that. So it would have gone around, I guess. Yeah, I guess maybe up through there, but this thing's in the way. It doesn't really look. Oh, anyway. Yeah, so apparently the surface mount capacitors are probably not good either, but I can't see anywhere where that extra one came from. Can you guys see anywhere? I don't see. Oh no. Okay, no, they're just jumpers, sorry, up here. So I just saw a square, so I thought, oh, okay, that could be a surface mount. Nothing obvious that I can see anyway. Switches. Where was it? Let me find it. G'day. So I've got this down as far as I can. I can't get the PCB out because of the flywheel here. But yeah, so 3 electrolytic capacitors. I don't have replacement, so I'll have to have a look. They don't look too bad. I can't see any issue with them, but they're prone to leaking apparently. Now for the belt, so this is a belt that we use on the 3-inch Amstrad drives. It's a little thicker. It's a little, the thickness, yeah, it's a little bit thicker. I think it somehow went around there. So in between there, which is why I think this one's a little bit too thick. And then maybe around this one here. Again, that won't stay in because it's a bit too thick. If I just put it down instead of moving it around. So there's the motor. The motor's up there. And maybe just stay there, man. It went maybe like that, perhaps. Perhaps it went like that. So Yeah, belts, I think the that width is okay, but the thickness of the belt is a little bit too thick, and its size is probably just about right. So I'll have a look. Probably I normally get these from cpc.co.uk, so Farnell in the UK. But you got a minimum shipping's £20, so you've got to kind of order like 100 or something to make it worthwhile. Anyway, so I'll do that, get those electrolytics out and get replacements. In the meantime, let's see if we can figure out the pinout for the Centronics drive B. Right, so the drive B floppy interface, 36 pin Centronics, same as what Amstrad used on their Plus machines. Be interesting to see if that's the same pinout. So I figured the easiest way to do it is just continuity test between each pin here and then each pin on the floppy connector. This is the 26-way floppy connector there. I'm just seeing what pins line up with what. So I'm assuming half, because it's 36-way, so there's enough there for a 34 standard 34-way floppy. So half of them are going to be ground. Yeah, so I can maybe make up a cable and try loading something off drive B. Alright, so far it's been pretty easy. So pretty much the whole top row was ground. So it's just the bottom row which will be signals. So, I'm already half done. Oh, g'day. Sorry this is dragging on. What's today, Monday? Yeah, I came down with a bit of a head cold on Saturday night. Yeah, so feeling pretty crook yesterday and today. But I'm going to try and soldier on. So, one thing I wanted to point out is this chip here. That's a floppy controller. So, DP8473. So we've got the pinout for that, which means that we can then obviously determine the pinout for the internal and the external floppy connectors, which I've pretty much done here. I just want to double check a few things, but that's pretty much it. And as expected, well, as hoped, it pretty much matches the 34 pin pinout, so you should be able to just basically run a straight cable through. I might do a little converter board as well, but yeah, should hopefully be able to crimp a cable and see if we can get a drive B to work. So that's the plan. Okay. I'm going to make the cable. I won't be lazy, so it should be pretty simple. I've got my 36-way Centronics crimp, 34-way IDC crimp. I've got my, I think, 50-way, or is it 40-way? Anyway, cut it to size. So essentially, I'm just going to use the full 34 wires. And just leave the last two pins, 18 and 36, on the crimp, on the Centronics, not connected. That's the plan. So it should match basically. So for the IDC, so odd pins are ground. So first three aren't used, then yeah, so it doesn't really matter. I'll just wire it all up the same as this, so to match the Centronics. See if it works before I get the PCB made. I think that's the best way to do it. So 34 way. So that should be pin 1 up in the top. Right, so that's pin 1. So last two pins, these two are going to be left, and we're going to start there. So I'll put the red one on pin 1, and then crimp it down. So we've got two pins on the end not being used. it does look like it might kind of. That's why I hate doing these. I'm terrible at doing these. Anyway, yep, alright, I'll let me concentrate on doing this without trying to film it. And then we'll do the IDC side. Alright, I'm all set up. So I'm using Sony. Sony, I assume it's a 1.44 megabyte. It's only got 5 volts input, so I assume it's a the latest one. Got the I've got my little cable connected up. Got the hard drive connected. Let's start recording. Let's power on. I have done some fiddling. Because obviously the original floppy is no longer connected. So I've disconnected that. Okay. Hear the floppy turning. Alright, let's go. Okay. I'm not really worried about too much. So you can see I've got diskette A is not installed, diskette B is 3.5 inch, and I set this 540 megabyte to 270 megabytes. 523 cylinders, because that's what the that's what the specifications say. Anyway, so let's save that. Reboot. Okay. Alright, still not happy, but I haven't set time or anything. Let's continue. Okay, well, hard drive's booting. But the thing is, let's see what happens when we put a floppy disk in. Ancient Art of War again. And hopefully, because the trackball is on the top half of the case where the screen is. So, and I think that connects into one of these connectors. So hopefully when that plugs in, then it'll be happy with the mouse. So now we're starting the DOS 6 shell. Come on, Mr. 386. Alright. Reading the hard drive. Let's get the floppy ready. Ancient Art of War. Pop her in. Now along the top we want to go to B drive. Press return. Hey! It's working! Woo! Cool! Alright, let's, excuse me, I need to cough. I'm almost all better. So this is Ancient Art of War, so we want to batch file. I never had an original version, so I think this one does, I don't know, War. Oh, that's probably Tandy version. The one I had was only CGA, so let's see what happens here. Hey! Oh, I do actually have the manual. It never asked me this before, but I have to go grab the manual. Hang on. 2 manuals though. Page 41. Let's have a look on this first one. I don't know if they're the same. War terms. Okay, what is word for in paragraph 1? How do they class? That's page 41 there. Is it the same in here? 41, war terms. Okay, so it is identical. Okay. Paragraph 1, what is word for? Does that include the word army? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be 2. Thank you. Okay, cool. So I always had, oh, it's CGA still. What? I thought this was VGA. It doesn't matter. The thing about this is that the original version I had, which was CGA only, you couldn't play it on anything faster than a 8086 or whatever. It was plus and minus, wasn't it? I think. Cool. Oh, I'm so happy. Alright, so this is a bit off the screen. I'll have to see if I've got any of my campaign data discs. Yeah, so there we go. Let me just let's just quit out of. How do we quit out of this? Return to the title page. Oh, I'm so happy because next I need to get that hard drive sorted. There we go. So I'll just stop recording there. Let's power off. So cable works. Pinout is obviously correct. So what I want to do is, I've already designed it, is I just want to make a PCB. So PCB can plug into there, and then it'll have an IDC connector. You can either plug an existing cable on, or it'll have an edge connector, so you can plug a 5 1/4 inch floppy drive in, because you can also use obviously 360 or a 1.2 meg floppy drive as well. So I was going to just make that PCB rather than fiddling around doing this way. I guess I could still do it this way and then put an edge connector in here as well and just reuse this cable. It depends what you want to do, whatever you're comfortable with. I like designing PCBs. So there we go. But yeah, that's working. Okay, so what do I still need to do? So what I still need to do is disconnect the keyboard. I don't like this keyboard ribbon cables. So I need to get that, I guess, decoupling capacitor on there. Try and get a replacement for this dual SIM module here to fix this broken clips. So I can put those in. You need to fix the floppy drive, get the belt, get those replacement electrolytics, and then it's almost, I think it's just about done, and I can put it all back together. Oh yeah, hard drive, obviously. I want to replace the hard drive with compact flash before it starts to fail. So I'm getting there, but yeah, massive thanks to Steve down in well, near the Blue Mountains for donating this to me. It's awesome machine. I love it. He's also, donated a Creality 3D printer to me as well, which I need to find some time to get set up. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, big thanks to Steve for everything. Yeah, there we go. So it's taken a while. Friday today, so weekend tomorrow, so hopefully I can start working on some other stuff as well and start moving around the projects a bit more. Big backlog. Anyway, thanks for hanging around. Bye for now.